This is going to be my first video, and I hope you guys stick around because I want to teach you guys some tactics and show you guys how to pick good and bad cars from COPART and other auctions. I will also be releasing other content, car related stuff most likely. So please subscribe and like this video, and if it's helpful, tell your friends. So let's just jump in here and look at this Toyota 4runner SR5 2019. So this is on COPART. If you don't know yet, COPART is an auction. They have locations everywhere. Should probably near your house. You just probably don't know it. But anyways, let's just look at this car and see what it tells us and see if it's a good or bad buy. So here we go. So VIN number, let's just read the last four. It's going to be 9085. It's being sold in Los Angeles, right here, California, on Wednesday 29th, 2020, Pacific region. The car looks pretty great, as you can tell. It looks clean. Besides just looking at it real quickly, you can just see the hood is a little bit lifted right here. That's not a big deal. Let's keep looking. It looks okay everywhere else. Looking around. Okay, we got an airbag. We have another steering wheel airbag. Okay, two airbags. Two airbags that are popped, but the front end is in good condition. So that should ring a like a red flag. So why are the airbags popped when the front end is complete? That's interesting, yes. Also, this picture. Let me just stop at this picture real quick. You see how this contour right here, it looks a little bit off. It's just not straight. There's like little valleys in it. That's a side that's a concern. I mean, usually if it's if there's a scratch there, it's not a big deal. People, get in out of cars, things happen. But I'll show you why this thing, this is an indicator of something worse. So let's go back to this hood picture. Under the hood picture, look at this right here. You see this black plastic trim cover covering up the radiator support? You see that hole right there? It's not in the center. It should be. Um, Also with this little area right here, this should also be in the center, that little hole. There's other areas on this trim piece that you can see that are slightly off. Okay, that's a little bit better quality. We click the HD. You want to use that feature whenever you can. It makes the quality a little bit better. So you can see that's off. That little clip retainer thing is off. That one. And look at those back there, those two. Those should be in the center, but they're not. So it's pretty bad. That's a bad indicator. Okay, let's just look real quick what the rest of the lot information says. So MO, the document that this car is gonna have, if you were to buy it, would come with a salvage certificate title. MO is Missouri. Why is a Missouri car being sold in Los Angeles? That's the big question here. Um, let's see where it leads us. So if you copy this VIN number, there's various websites on the internet that you can look up that will reveal more information about the car. So you can see that this car was first sold in January 31st, 2020. So let's go there. Let's see what it reveals. So you can see that it was a different lot number. It's a 709 lot number. This is a number that Copart gives the car. Uh, and this ad that we just looked at, it's 970. It's up here, lot 970. So the lot has changed. That means there was a person that owned it and they sold it to somebody else, and then the car came back to Copart, so it was given a new lot number. Let's open up this lot number and see what we find out. Oh wow, look at this. Look at this car. I mean, it's devastation. You can see that it's complete devastation. It's pretty bad. You can see that the front end, the interior it's just destroyed. Radiator support, the reinforcement bar, the frame, the hood, the fender, everything is it's gone. Uh, One thing I wanted to show you. Remember when we looked at that area near the VIN number? Now that makes sense. It makes sense why this is not straight and it's a little bit damaged because it was probably replaced or pulled out or something. They just didn't spend a lot of time on this, you can tell. And also, they didn't spend a lot of time on this because if you go to the original post and you look at this area right here where the driver's fender sits, you can see the frame here. If you follow this contour on the bottom, where that bolt is, the fuse box bolt is attached to the frame. If you follow that back down towards the window to the firewall, you can see that top contour, it's not straight. There's a bunch of valleys and it just looks like that metal was crumpled up like a piece of paper. And you can tell if you look over here in this area at that white paint, you can see there's clear coat on it and it's kind of shiny. Over here, maybe it's just the shadows, but I'm assuming they just spray painted it because right now it's a good time to sell a lot of these cars because not a lot of people are going to the auctions. People are staying home and they're playing on the internet or they're playing these cars from a different country. So they just look at the outside pictures and they think, oh wow, okay, this is a clean 4runner. It's worth around 40,000. I'm gonna get a good deal on it, but they don't know that this car was actually this car. You have to do your research, uh, buy all the reports you can, hire somebody to go look at it, but you do not want to bid on this car. Another thing I want to say is this car is is being sold by CDS dealership. CDS dealership is probably somebody's company and they bought it and they're just trying to resell it to make some profit. But they didn't fix it. They're just basically fixing the outside as best they can just to kind of hide the damage and get rid of it as fast as possible. So there are people that do that. This is why you have to check and you have to do your research. So let's look at this 2020 Toyota RAV4 Adventure TRD model. This is actually one of the newest models that's being released by Toyota. It's a TRD, Toyota Racing Department, but technically there's nothing TRD about it. It's the same powertrain, same engine, same transmission as basically a regular RAV4. I mean, yeah, it has cool accents on the outside. The color's cool. But that's about it. It's all superficial. So if you look at the information here, the vehicle information, so this is not on COPART. This is IAAI. It's a different auction, but it's basically the same thing. It's if you have a COPART near you, you probably have this auction near you as well. So if you look at this car, it says salvage certificate California, and it's being sold off in Los Angeles. So I do like that the title matches the branch where they're selling it. So this car was not imported from another state, has low mileage, probably a one owner car, and it's sold by Toyota Motors. So I'm thinking it's probably being sold by the dealership or dealership department that deals with maybe lease cars or whatnot. So if you look at the damage, it just says flood. I mean, if you look inside the car, you can see dirt all over the place here. So looks like the water probably got up to the interior. Not really sure if they went to a ditch or what. But there's dirt like everywhere. On the floors. Engine bay, as you can tell, it's caked in mud and all this. You can see it's pretty bad. Um, it doesn't look too bad. You would think that you could just buy this and clean it up and be okay. Oh, here's another thing, primary damage, fresh water. So either a lake or a river or a ditch. This person damaged the car by driving in one of those places. I also looked up this car, same VIN number, and this is what I saw on March 16th. Here's what the dealership said. So this car has low mileage. It was covered by the warranty, and this is what the technicians found. Engine hydrolock due to customer states that vehicle won't drive over 30, so it's probably in a limp mode. Um, Motor trend used vehicle. Oh wow. So this car was actually destroyed by a magazine. Motor trend. Uh, Off-road and went over a large body of water. Vehicle was flooded, damaged. Engine check engine if water entered. Air filter removed, soaked with water, and that's usually a bad sign. Significant electrical damage from water flood. Perform diagnosis, verified customers' concerns. What else? System in fail-safe mode won't accelerate over 30 miles per hour. And several electrical accessories do not work. So yeah, this car is a goner. I don't think it's savable. It might be, but I have no experience with flood cars, so I strongly would avoid playing this car. It looks great. The condition of it looks good, but it's too big of a risk to play this vehicle. The water can damage your electrical systems and computers, and in the long run, it would just be too big of a risk and probably will require a lot of repairs. So, yep, this one's a pass. Other car, it's a Mazda 2020 CX-5 Grand Touring, and it looks pretty good from the outside if you look around. Nothing really too crazy going on, just some front end stuff. A little bit of the side here. Nothing too bad. Um, Interior looks good. But the thing that caught my eye in this car uh, is this picture right here. If you look at the seller, it says Enterprise. Normally on COPART, and I've been going on COPART for a long time, I've never seen this. I've never seen an actual logo of a company in the lot description. And another thing is, it says Enterprise, but if you go down, um, you're not gonna have this area right here, the auto helper bot on your page. This is something you can install through like a extension, like Chrome extension or Mozilla add-ons. And it says here it's not a insurance company car. So if you look this car up by the VIN number, it takes you here and you can see that it was sold by Enterprise JPG. So JPEG is basically a file name. So what I think this guy did is he is trying to sell this Mazda uh, as basically impersonating as the insurance company, even though he's not a insurance company. So that's really sketchy to me. I would avoid this car. I would not buy it just because of the seller. Seller information is um, it's just basically unknown. Here we have one more vehicle. Let's look at it real quick and end this video. So it's another 2019 Toyota 4Runner SR5. It's also the off-road edition, similar as the first 4Runner. Basically the same thing, but this car is being sold by a insurance company. State Farm Insurance. You can clearly see that where it says right here, State Farm Insurance. It's being sold in Texas. Still, we'll check that real quick. Yep, Dallas, Texas, and also a Texas salvage vehicle title. So you can see that the airbags are popped. The whole interior is pretty much is gonna need to get replaced, just from this little damage. Once one of those sensors goes off, it basically, this is pretty common with Toyota. A little fender bender can trigger all the airbags to explode. So this is a decent vehicle to play. Yes, it's going to be expensive, but at least you know it's being sold by an insurance company and not somebody that did a hack job. So I do recommend this vehicle. It's a lot safer. Um, the exterior damage is not too bad, and yeah. So let's look at the under the hood. You can see that in the plastic trim here, these little tabs right here, they line up in the center. They look pretty good. Nothing, nothing else really kind of shows up as a red flag. Um, so this is a vehicle that I would be interested. I'm not gonna play it because I live in Washington and I don't like paying the uh, shipping fee. So we can check and see how much it's gonna cost. It's a $1,500 to ship it to Washington, so I won't play it, but it's a decent car. And last few words, thank you for watching my channel. Please subscribe, like my video, and I will post more content in the future, how to spot good and bad deals on COPART and other auctions. Take care, guys.